feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome. If you are new here and you're a previous subscriber, welcome my little astronauts. And if you are new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and I'm so delighted. I hope you do enjoy the content for today. I apologize for all of you guys coming on, and I came on really late. I apologize in advance. I just want to let you know a few disclaimers as well. This is being live streamed on August 30th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are interested in booking a reading with me, just check the description below. You can find everything you need, including timestamps to today's video. So definitely check those out if you want to kind of watch different parts, or check them out in case you're anywhere. Here are some quick disclaimers that you see on the screen. Please keep in mind that this is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. Here are some last minute disclaimers as well. Today we're going to have a sponsorship, not for my channel, but for the channel that I am going to be showing you, who accurately, his name is Mr. Beast, that's the channel's name, who accurately explained the Curse of Tippecanoe when a president is elected in the year of zero. And I feel like this would be very significant and very important for to have someone explain it in a way that I couldn't possibly explain, as he's more very good with that type of thing, whereas I'm not. I'm more in the spiritual side. So I'm going to be using this video. All credit goes to him. If you want to check out his channel will be linked in the description below, along with the video that I'm using in this video, along with the sponsorship link that he used in his video. So now, if any of you guys have any questions, please let me know. But I just want to quickly say, if the video is clipped out, you don't see Mr. Beast in today's video, partly because of copyright claims, or he doesn't want the video to be associated with this video, you can check the description below. I will have the meaning and the history behind the Curse of Tippecanoe, so you guys can check it out just in case. But anyway, let's begin. And I'm so excited to show you. I think you guys will really enjoy it. He does a really good job at explaining it. And thank you, Mr. Beast, for allowing me to use your video. Okay. Let's show up on the screen. Can you guys see that? Okay.
I'm Mr. Beat. Is President Joe Biden going to die soon? No, it's not what you think. Referring to his old age. Yes, most of us know Biden was the oldest president in American history the moment he was sworn in. No, I'm talking about a tragic, unexpected end. An assassination, or a car crash, or maybe a sudden illness. The reason why I bring this up is because of what's known as the Curse of Tippecanoe, also known as Tecumseh's Curse, or the 20-year presidential curse. The Curse of Tippecanoe is the supposed pattern of deaths in office of every single American president elected in a year ending in zero, going back to the 1840 election. But is it truly a curse, or just, you know, another weird series of coincidences? Well, let's go back and learn about Tecumseh and Tippecanoe. Well, Tippecanoe was actually a nickname for William Henry Harrison, the 9th president of the United States and the one who was actually president the least amount of time. Before he was president, Harrison was governor of the Indiana Territory. As more and more American settlers moved into his territory, they encroached on Native American land. In particular, the land of various Shawnee tribes. Two brothers led these Shawnee tribes, Tenskwatawa, aka the Prophet, and Tecumseh, aka the Uniter. Okay, I made that nickname up. But Tecumseh did travel far and wide to form a Native American confederacy to unite against the Americans stealing their land. In 1810, he met with William Henry Harrison at Harrison's house. Tecumseh demanded land be returned to various tribes, but Harrison insisted that deals were made and money was paid, so it was all good. Long story short, the meeting didn't end well, and Tecumseh left left angry, basically giving an ultimatum. If the Americans didn't return the land, he would seek an alliance with the British and fight back. On November 7th, 1811, as Tecumseh was in the process of recruiting more allies to join his Confederacy, William Henry Harrison led a command of around 1,000 men and attacked Tecumseh's Confederacy's headquarters at Prophetstown, located near the Tippecanoe River. Tenskwatawa was there, but apparently not the best military leader, and his warriors were outnumbered anyway. Harrison's men ended up destroying much of Prophetstown. Dozens were killed in what became known as the Battle of Tippecanoe. It was a win for the Americans, so decisive that afterward, Harrison got that nickname, Tippecanoe. In fact, when he ran for president with John Tyler as his running mate 29 years later, his campaign slogan was Tippecanoe and Tyler too. Anyway, Tecumseh never forgot what Harrison had done to Prophetstown in the Battle of Tippecanoe. Now, it's important to recognize that this cannot be verified, but according to legend, after Tecumseh was later killed in the Battle of the Thames during the War of 1812, Tenskwatawa set a curse against Harrison and all future presidents of the United States elected during years that end in 0. Remember, Tenskwatawa was the prophet. He could supposedly predict stuff, man. Before Tenskwatawa died in 1836, he supposedly said, quote, "Harrison will die, I tell you, and after him every great chief chosen every 20 years thereafter will die. And when each one dies, let everyone remember the death of my people," unquote. Okay, again, there's no proof that the prophet actually said that. But it's fun to pretend he did, isn't it? Regardless, guess what happened? In 1840, William Henry Harrison does get elected president, but after just 31 days in office, dies from pneumonia. He is the first American president in history to die while in office. Flash forward 20 years later, and Abraham Lincoln is elected president. Lincoln is assassinated after being re-elected on April 15th, 1865. He is the first American president in history to be assassinated. 20 years after Lincoln is first elected, James Garfield is elected president. Garfield is the second president assassinated on September 19th, 1881. 20 years after Garfield is elected, William McKinley is re-elected president. He is the third president assassinated on September 14th, 1901. 20 years after McKinley is re-elected, Warren Harding is elected president. Harding dies of a heart attack on August 2nd, 1923. 20 years after Harding was elected president, Franklin Roosevelt is re-elected for an unprecedented third term. On April 12, 1945, after being re-elected an unprecedented fourth term, he dies of cerebral hemorrhage. 20 years after Roosevelt is re-elected a third time, John F. Kennedy is elected president. Kennedy is the fourth president assassinated on November 22nd, 1963. 20 years after Kennedy is elected, Ronald Reagan is elected president. Reagan is assassinated on March 30th, 1981. Wait, hold up. Reagan didn't die of the shooting. He survived the shooting. The curse is broken. So yeah, Reagan went on to live 15 more years after he left the presidency. In 2000, George W. Bush was elected president, and he also didn't die during his presidency. In fact, he's still alive. Now, many people don't know there was also an assassination attempt on Bush. No, I'm not talking about the shoe incident. I'm talking about the time a bomb was thrown at W, not a shoe. Yep, a dude from Georgia, not the state, but Georgia, the country, threw a hand grenade at him and Georgian President Mikhail Saakashvili on May 10th, 2005. The grenade did not detonate, though. So if Biden survives his presidency, I guess there is no doubt that the curse has been broken since Reagan. So obviously there are a lot of coincidences here, but there are plenty of folks who criticize the so-called Curse of Tippecanoe. There are logical fallacies left and right. This supposed curse is an example of confusing using correlation with causation, cherry-picking information to fit a narrative, and moving the goalposts in order to make the narrative work. This is a similar case to all those Lincoln JFK coincidences. While the Curse of Tippecanoe is fascinating, the closer you look at it, the less fascinating it becomes. For example, what about Zachary Taylor? He died while in office, but was elected in 1848. What about the fact that FDR was still in office longer than any other president and literally did more and had more of an effect on the country than any other president? What about the fact that all the presidents died in different ways and in different situations? What about all the presidents who survived assassination attempts, not elected in years ending in 0? Most importantly, what about the fact that we don't have good evidence that the prophet even placed such a curse? Regardless, the Curse of Tippecanoe is fascinating and cool to bring up at parties. So the next time you're at a party, just bring it up with your friends and you'll be the coolest person at the party, I promise. Oh, and President Biden, if you're watching this right now, just be careful out there, okay?
Really good. Again, I don't claim any rights. There's no copyright. All credit goes to Mr. Beast. If you want to check out his channel, will be listed in the description below, along with the sponsorship that he said in his video, along with the video link that I showed in this video. So if you are interested, definitely do recommend staying. We're going to be talking about Tippecanoe. It's an actual curse. I figured this would be a fun topic to cover. It's something that I really wanted to cover for a long time now. It took me about 3 or 4 months to cover this, so we're finally getting through this. So let's take a look. Hold on, let me just do the audio, make sure you can actually hear me. All right, so the audio should be a lot better now. So let's take a look and see if there's an actual curse on president, a chief elected in the year of 0. So spirits and angels, please tell me, is there an actual curse on people who are president or elected president in the year of 0? Is there an actual curse named the Curse of Tippecanoe that where presidents die if they are elected in the year of 0? Is there an actual curse? Let's see. Okay, so there's no cards coming out yet, so that's weird. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords reversed into Sun. All right. Let me take my Halloween deck, because you might get a little bit of information on here. Again, it does not mean anything harmful or anything towards President Biden, but it's just interesting to take a look at and see. She is the oldest president too, so that's interesting. Let's take a look. Let's see. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? Is there an actual curse on president elected in the year of 0? Okay, that's too many. Hold on. Sorry. Is there an actual curse on a president elected in the year of 0? One card, please. Flip the deck. Okay. Is there an actual curse on president elected in the year of 0? Or the Curse of Tippecanoe, as they call it. Okay, one more time. And otherwise, I'm going to take the card on top. All right. And then a bottom. Okay, well, the 2 came out, so I guess we're going to use those 2. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's interesting. So what we have here is we have the Queen of Swords reverse. We have, of course, we have the White House in reverse, so it doesn't pertain to a particular party if this curse were to exist. It does not pertain to a particular party. We have the King of Cups reverse here, and we have here the 3 of Wands. And this is interesting because we have the White House here. We have Kamala Harris in reverse, and we also have Joe Biden in reverse. But then we also have the 3, which is the 3 of Wands, which kind of talks about election night. This is my election night card. This is interesting because if this curse was to exist, it's basically telling me here that both Kamala and Biden won't be in office. I don't know what that means. Because we have here is we have the Apple risk and reward, right? The risk and reward is reversed here. We also have here Scold of Light Illumination. And then we also have here upright is Vampire Emotional Intelligence. So what this is kind of telling me here is that it feels like in a way there is no curse. It feels like there isn't a curse, at least not on Biden. But let's take a look. Let's ask the book. Okay, so this is the book of answers. You ask the book, and it kind of like you have to feel where the card is or where the answer is through the pages, and it'll give you an answer. So let's take a look. Spirits and angels tell me that the curse of Tippecanoe applied to President Biden because he was elected in the year of deer, which is 2020. Is Biden going to be affected by the Tippecanoe curse? I heard no from my guys, but let's just take a look and see where it is. Okay, so they tell me right here. Let's see. What's the answer? It says focus on your home life. Okay, that is one way to put it. So focus on your home life. Potentially this could be stress from home. Could be health. Maybe he's feeling very stressed out. Or maybe this is not something that he wanted to take on. Maybe this was something that he didn't want to do. Maybe someone from his family wanted to be president or should have been president, but instead he took on the role and it caused him massive stress. What else? Is the curse broken? Is the Tippecanoe curse broken? Okay, right there. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it says here, unquestionably. So don't question it anymore. It feels like the curse is basically broken at this point. So it feels as if the curse is no longer existing. I feel like maybe because of President Reagan, he may have broken the curse. Did Ronald Reagan break the curse of Tippecanoe? Never. So no, Reagan didn't break the curse. Okay, so the curse is broken or no longer functional anymore. Don't be ridiculous. I don't know how to even take this. Okay, what does that mean? Yes or no? Gentle, persistent will pay off. So potentially there is, but also isn't. Kind of very iffy. It's kind of telling me that if someone was to unlock it or reignite it, there's a chance that the curse could be reinvigorated. Like it'll come back. But I don't necessarily see an outcome where the actual curse actually is cursing on Biden or the current president of the United States. I don't really see an outcome for that. But let's just act anyway. Tower card, can you please tell me, and spirit guides and angels, is the curse broken? Is the curse of Tippecanoe broken? I'm really happy. At least it's not like gonna harm Biden. Okay, so it's funny because the Biden card came out. Where you have Biden and Kamala. A lot of you guys know this is my Biden Kamala card. This is a challenge to the Ace of Wands here. And so what it's telling me is that this is Biden here. He is the president, right? He is the president right now. What's it the challenge into the Ace of Wands? What's it the challenge in the curse, right? That is the challenge to the potential curse here. In the past, we had the Page of Wands. This is kind of referring back to the energy of the Native American who put the curse on president. Now, I'm not exactly sure 100% if the actual Native American actually did this. We're not exactly 100% sure, but it's just, an idea or a concept to just take a look at. We have here as well as we have the Queen of Wands here, and this is very interesting because this is telling me like Republican energies. It's a very conservative card. Biden is a very conservative Democrat when you compare him to all the other Democrats. But this is what we have here. We have the King of Wands here. We have kind of like scandals, but it's reversed. So I don't really see a lot of scandals coming, but there's a potential chance here for him to leave office. Now, this is if the curse applies to President Biden. Let me ask a little bit more about this. Will President Biden be removed in some way or some form from office, whether that's through illness, through death, through retirement, through impeachment? Okay. All right, so we have here is we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors here. And this is very interesting because this is telling me here that we're going out of troubled water into smoother, calmer water. So this could potentially be Kamala Harris. If I take President Biden taking the country out of trouble, but then here's Kamala here. She's the next one in line, right? Going to smoother waters. We have here as well the first card that came out with the Hermit card, and this kind of talks about predictability, right? It's almost like as if it's not more so of a prediction or a curse. It's just more like, could it at the age where it can happen? Or what it's telling me here. We have the Magician. He has the power to decide when or if he wants to go. He has the decision in his hand. He can decide that whether he wants to physically leave the current plane of Earth, whether he wants to leave the presidency. It all relies on him. He will be the determining factor here. We also have here as well as we have the Ace of Cups, and this is reversed. Again, it does not feel as if this is going to affect him in a way it has affected many presidents, because he has the power to decide when he wants to go. We also have here as well as we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, at first I heard the funeral card. Now, I don't necessarily know what that means, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. And we also have here the Page of Cups in reverse, right? A lot of you guys may have remembered, I always thought for a long time when I first started my channel that Pete Buttigieg was supposed to be with Kamala Harris, not President Biden. So that's interesting that card comes up reverse. I'm shocked a lot of you guys are not here. Normally, a lot of you guys will probably like a topic like this, but that's okay. Thank you all for coming. All right, so let's take a look. When I use my fortune deck, let's kind of get a little bit more of a deeper look onto what this funeral card means. What does that mean? How does this card relate to President Biden? Will it affect him in any way? Okay, we have 3 or 4 cards come up. So we have here, we have Wealthy Man, right? Wealthy Man. 13, we have The Journey, Family Room, Official Person. Okay, this is what it's kind of telling me here. And we have here Occupation Reverse. So at this point, what this is telling me here is that if the curse was to ever exist, well, this is also referring to President Biden as a whole. This doesn't necessarily relate specifically to the actual curse itself. But what it does feel is if Biden will make a lot of money, he will be a very rich guy in some way or some form. Like he will be very well known, and his name will be targeted and put on products because he will be a very popular guy, a popular figure. However, Biden's on a journey. America's on a journey with Biden. And right here, you kind of see the train tracks. We're moving forward, we're moving ahead. However, eventually it's going to come to that point where there's a potentiality, a reality in which we're going to have to face him leaving office. Now, these are 2 different places. Now, please do not shoot the messenger. I'm just reading for you, so please do not shoot the messenger. So we have here is we have the Family Room. Right, this is in 21. So potentially I see the White House here, and I've seen the Roosevelt Room. Potentially he could be having a meeting or having a family time, potentially around Christmas or springtime, and he could potentially pass away or start to realize in that room, particularly, doesn't necessarily mean he has to pass away or anything, but could mean that he could be talking or thinking to himself, maybe it's time for me to step down. Not necessarily pointing to the fact that he's going to pass away or anything, but this is where the idea may come from. It might just come to him in a room like that. It could also be in a living room at home, right around, surrounded by family. He can also pass away on a couch, potentially. Not that we're ever going to find out the details, that they're pretty private for the family, but this is most likely outcome of most plausible during 2021. And then for the 2022, during the midterms, we also have here, you can see an older guy. He's a very official person. We talked about someone who's in high appointment, what's in case Biden is. This is 2022 president, right? Official person. And the final outcome card we have here, Occupation Reverse at the end of the deck. And what this tells me that he could step down in 2022 leading up to the midterms. Setting the stage for Kamala. So let's ask the question now, will there be Kamala Harris as Madam President? Will Kamala Harris be Madam President? Let's ask. Will Kamala Harris be Madam President? Will she take over for Joe Biden? Will she be Madam President? Okay, we have Michelle Women, 6. Yep. She's going to be the next one in line. Is this going to occur in 2022? Okay, we have jurisdiction. It's really up to right now. It feels as if it's really up to Joe Biden. Joe Biden will be the decisive factor here. Like I said in today's video, Joe Biden will determine when or if he wants to leave. But I also have a feeling that if Kamala Harris is next in line, I feel very strong energy that the Republicans are going to challenge this all the way up to the Supreme Court. However, the Supreme Court is going to deny it as it's the order of secession. So I do see here that Kamala Harris will be next in line after Biden. I do see here again, it really all depends on President Biden. That might play in a role. This may have some sort of relation to the curse, but doesn't seem like there's a direct correlation. It feels like President Biden, because of his age and because of his wisdom and bravery for being president at his age, it does feel like that it kind of breaks the curse for him particularly. I do see the curse existing, just not for President Biden. So that is what I'm seeing right now. If you have questions, put them in the live chat. We're going to quickly go to ad break. I'm going to ask some more questions before we end the video. Have you ever wondered how you can get access or find my social media, my webpage, anything from my Patreon page, from my classes, to book a reading with me, whatever you want, and anything that you could possibly think of, including submitting questions? You would go onto my YouTube page, click on the most uploaded or most recent video. You'll click on any of these or the ones that are uploaded as most recent. You will go there. You will go to the description, as in this case. And you can either click on submit your question, video topic, or request here. You can find it there. Or you can go check out my website and you can click on this, which is Linktree at Chris. You click on that and it will take you to my webpage where you can find numerous different links, or it could take you to many different things along with my classes that will be uploaded here as well on my Patreon page. You can book a reading with me. You can submit your question. You can find the most uploaded video. You can go on to my 2 other YouTube channels. You can make a generous donation if you would like, along with joining my Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter as well, of course, if you are interested. So this is how you can find my webpage. If you are interested, let me know in the comment section below what you do think. And I'll return you back to your content. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, so I was thinking about reading on Biden Chakra, so that's what we're going to do, and kind of see where his health is. We're always going to wish President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, full health. That's what we wanted to do here. So you want to send them love and light, because that's what we need to do, okay? And now I'm taking my homemade deck that I made, and we're going to use that to find out how is Biden feeling. Like, what is he going to do? What is the likely outcome path that he's most likely to act upon? So hopefully he stays in and completes his full term. I've always personally seen, when I read on him a long time ago, him staying in until the end and winning re-election. But that could very well change, as we're probably we're many months out right now. So at some point he's probably going to change his decision. So there's that. So we'll read on him particularly in another time, when or if he's ever going to leave. But I just figured I'd do this video because why not? It's something I always wanted to do. So, all right. So let's take a look. Let's see if Biden's health. Let's see how that is. Okay, so you see here we have all the cards here, the color cards. Again, this is my homemade cards. We're doing Biden chakras. Okay, oopsie. Okay, you're not gonna see the card. Hopefully, you're not gonna see it. But just know it's there. So we have blue here. We have the third eye card. Then we have, actually, I should just move the third eye here. Okay. So basically, we have the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra. This card is kind of like a royal blue. I added it in, kind of mixed in with the light blue, and of course, this one is purple or violet to represent the third eye. And this is the third eye means I see, and this says I think, I speak what I see. This is what the card means, okay? And then we have here the crown chakra, which means I understand. And then this card means the aura, or overall, the aura of the individual. So let's take a look. Let's see how Biden is feeling. What deck should I use? Okay, so Spirit Angel, please tell me about how is Biden feeling overall in terms of his health. Can you tell me how he feels in his root chakra? How does Biden feel in his root chakra right now? about his decision as president. Is he going to leave? Okay, we have here. Okay, let me just spread that out a little bit. Okay, sacral chakra. How is Biden feeling? Okay. How is Biden right now in his solar plexus? How does Biden feel overall in terms of the presidency and everything? Okay. We don't know what that card is, but a heart. How is Biden feeling in his heart? Okay, how is he feeling in his throat chakra? What is he speaking but can't fully say? Okay. What is Biden seeing but also saying? Okay. Okay. What is Biden's third eye? What does he see in his third eye psychically? What does Biden see in his third eye in his future with his presidency? Okay. Okay. What does Biden know about his presidency? Okay. What does Biden overall? What will be his final decision? Will he stay or will he go? Okay. I guess we're never gonna know that until at the end. And the last card that clarifies. All right. And if you have a good answer for that, good answer. So let's take a look. All right. So for Biden, how he's feeling overall in terms of his presidency, his health, this is just an overall reading on Biden. We have here the root chakra, which is the dark card of birth. And this card is very important because a lot of you guys may remember that this is a card that represents the presidency. And this means I am, right? This is his founding. This is his first chakra. This is the root chakra near the groin area. And this is very important because it says I am president. A part of him believes that he doesn't belong being president. Now, please keep in mind, he's just for entertainment purposes only. I'm just the messenger. I'm just reading on his energies. Right? It feels like he doesn't want to be president. He doesn't want to be president. It feels like his energy is too stressful, but he has to do it, is what it feels like. For the sacral chakras, we have the orange chakra, which is basically the sacral, which talks about the feeling, how you feel. And this is on just above the red chakra, which is the groin area, and it's right underneath where the diagram is, just under there. We have strength. He feels that he is very strong. And that he has a lot of wisdom that he can offer. That he has a lot of wisdom, a lot of offer, that he can do a lot for the country. And that is what he feels in this innately. And so if you're wondering why Biden is president, it's because he wants to do what's right for the country. So now for the solar plexus, we talked about I do, what I feel strongly, right? This is kind of right underneath the heart, but right where the rib cage is. So right next, the orange and yellow is very close to one another. We have the high priestess, I do. I feel like he doesn't feel spiritually balanced. He doesn't feel spiritually fulfilled in what he's doing right now. And I feel like he's going to end up, as he starts to become more presidential, so in some way or some form, he's going to start to become very spiritual as well. I feel like a lot of what his belief system is that he needs to kind of get rid of the old way of thinking and renew it. Because you cannot solve a problem with the same thinking that you had a long time ago. You have to have more advanced thinking of always changing as time change as well. So I feel like that is something that he is struggling in his solar plexus. For his heart chakra, which is right where the heart is, we have the 5 of Cups reversed. This card comes out a lot for Biden. It kind of tells me here that he may have some issue with his heart. It feels like as if there's some sort of stress, there's some sort of strain, but it feels like he's just moving. And so I think the doctors right now, again, just for entertainment purposes only, are watching Biden to make sure that he's okay. I don't necessarily see death here, but I do see that he's so stressed out that could be enough to push him over the edge. So the doctors are monitoring him just to make sure he's okay. We have the throat chakra, which is all about I speak. Right, that's blue, is right where your throat is, just to kind of show you right here. We have the 3 of Swords. I don't feel like Biden's throat chakra is damaged or it is blocked anyway. I feel like it is open and it's flowing. He's speaking the truth. He is telling you exactly what he's thinking and what he's doing. So you can trust Biden when in terms of his speaking wise. Now, as for what he sees and what he speaks, now that's a little different of a story. Sometimes what you see is not always what you speak. And what Biden knows is that there are more problems ahead. So he's not telling the country right now. So I think Biden is aware of something that we're not aware of just yet. He knows something that we don't know. And that could be a multitude of different things. We have here for his third eye, right here we have his third eye, which is what he sees psychically using his third eye for President Biden. He sees unpredictability, unpredictable with the Republican, with the government, with everything that's happening in the United States. Biden knows that the country is ahead for more trouble than what we're in right now. And that's probably what Biden knows. That's what Biden's not saying, because Biden knows more trouble is ahead. And so he doesn't want to worry the country. What Biden understands, what is the crown chakra here, right? This is the crown. What Biden understands is that time is almost up, but his time is not done yet. He still has a lot to do before he leaves. And I feel like Biden's a very strong figure, and that he is the one who will determine whether or not he wants to stay or go. He will be, again, like I said, he will be the determining factor who will ultimately be the deciding one who decides whether he goes or not. Not anybody else, so there won't be an assassination attempt, or a successful one at least won't be successful on him. It feels like it's really up to him. We also have here is in terms of his aura, which is white, where we have his aura here. What this is telling me here is that this is the final decision. What overall, all the chakras here, what is his final decision? Will he stay or will he go? Will he stay being president or will he go? So we have here the Lovers card. Again, I talked about this earlier in the video. There's Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, right? The two, the duo. That's the challenge, is whether or not Biden thinks he is ready to let go. That's entirely up to him. That's the challenge. But the challenge is the presidency, the trustfulness of it, right? But what was upright, what came out or clarified for the Lovers card was family. And I saw that he wants to be home with his family. He kind of wants that retirement age. He wants the retirement period. He wants to live that dream that so many grandmas and grandpas get to live that he doesn't. So let's kind of get one more card. And we have here, he will end up leaving. I have a feeling that he either leaves, because the other tarot card with this one, the Kipper fortune teller deck, set around 2021 to 2022, he will either have to decide to leave or he may have some heart ailment. But in this outcome, what I'm seeing here is that he will run for re-election, like I said, and then he'll end up leaving. He'll leave after 5 years. So he may win, and after the stressfulness of the 2024 presidential election, after Inauguration Day on January 20th, he may actually just step down and put Kamala in power. But that's what I'm seeing here. I am seeing that the most likely outcome with his current path, what he is hoping for in his mind here, could be, let me just run for one more term, finalize Kamala Harris, and then I leave. And I finish. And then she could finish out the term. That's what I'm seeing here. That's the energy right now. Again, as you see here in today's reading, everything will come up in the air. That means nothing ever is set in stone. This is not the future. This is just the current energy and the current trajectories and where we are heading currently right now. So that is what I see for President Biden. I don't see the curse really affecting him particularly. The curse is most likely looks like it's real in some way or some form, but it doesn't look like it seems to affect Biden. It may affect the next predecessor, but not Biden particularly. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up, a like, and comment in the description below what you do think. And of course, head over to Mr. B's channel and check him out as well. Thank you, guys. I love you, and I hope you have a very beautiful night. Bye.